So David, I think maybe you should start because you've got a group of companies, and we basically have been working with you in terms of the ICO space, and maybe you should start by explaining what an ICO is.
So as we spoke about experts, there is no ICO expert with 10 years of experience, right? Because ICOs 10 years ago didn't exist. We have gone through actually 3-4 generations of how we are building decentralized business models and how do tokens represent atomic economic values within those business models. We are now actually in the process of going through the 5th generation, and already we are trying to enrich it with governance that responds better to checks and balances between those who support an ICO and those who execute the decentralized business model of an ICO. So whatever I could tell you of how you launch an ICO, by the time you got your act together, is probably going to be outplaced by what is coming. What is beautiful is that 20 years ago, the most sacred and secret document of every startup that would only be shared under non-disclosure and would be very carefully kept and updated, and you would spend an enormous amount of money writing, and you would present to your venture capital investors the business plan, now has been for every practical purpose open sourced, and we call it the white paper, and everybody goes and criticizes it, and the team rapidly does an update because something wasn't right, and we have crowdsourced due diligence processes where the projects get graded and rated, and all kinds of incredibly exciting new ways of making this happen. The open source part is including the deepest technologies. You know, starting with Bitcoin, all of these projects are, per definition, accessible as code, and you can legally copy them. You can, you know, I could create a David coin if I wanted to, copying the code of Bitcoin and launching it, and then attempt to convince you that you should back it. And some people did that exactly. Now, hopefully, there are others like Scott that create underlying value that justifies the existence of the infrastructure and the token, which is the kind of projects where I invest. But the whole thing is really with zero barriers to entry. So whoever asks the question, if next week you're not doing something about it, you shouldn't even have been here. Because I think one of our most fundamental message is that the time distance between idea and action today is trending to zero.